In this section, I'm going to show you the batch processor, and it can make really fast work by applying like effects and processes to a multiple selection of audio files. And that way you wouldn't have to go through them in the audio editor and perform those tasks one by one. So let's start by making a brand new batch processor. So I'm going to click on the New button over here, or I could go to the File tab, go New, Batch Processor, and then let's look at some of these templates. Most of the time, you'll probably want to use the full multi-core template, simply because it is going to utilize all of the cores and all of the threads of your CPU. Now, for this particular example, I'm not going to use the full multi-core template. Instead, I'm going to use one empty core, or I could click on Empty to make a brand new empty batch processor. So I want this batch processor to process as quickly as possible, so I'm going to want it to use the cores and threads that I have in my computer, but I can't use all of them at the same time, and the reason why is because I don't want it to screw up my screen capturing software. So I'm going to go to the Usage of Processor Cores option here in the Execution tab, and I'm going to change it from one task, wherein it would be using only one CPU core and only one of those threads, provided you have a hyper-threaded processor. And instead what I'm going to do is click on it, and I can choose how many tasks I want it to be processing simultaneously. So I could choose to only use 11 tasks or 19 tasks or half of the cores or half of the cores except for 2. What I'm going to do is choose all the cores but one. That way I'll have one CPU core left over for my screen capturing software to use. So that's how you can program the batch processor to divvy up the power between all of your cores, CPUs, and threads. And in the next tutorial, I'll show you how to add files.